Let's take a look at the Sprouted Planner. This one is a 12-month duration. You can choose from a daily layout or a weekly spread. I chose the 2-page weekly spread because it has a combination of lined, unlined, checklist, and graph sections all on that same weekly spread, which is really hard to find, and it was quite a unique layout. So that's why I am doing a review of this planner. Also like how it just looked aesthetically. So we have lots of gold on the cover. It's all coordinated with the coil and the text and the pattern, and then the corners. There are some other cover designs to choose from if you prefer like a floral pattern, but I really am happy with the one that I picked. The planner is 7.25 inches wide by 9.75 inches high. So it's comparable to very popular brands like Erin Condren, Plum Paper, Lime Life, all of those. So I'd say this is a medium-sized planner. It has a 12-month duration and it is about 1.25 inches thick. So it's not that fat. It doesn't have a lot of extra pages in it. So this one is kind of like the essentials paired back to a monthly spread, monthly reflection, the weekly spreads, and then some notes pages and some goal pages as well. So it doesn't have a lot of extra stuff like massive amounts of extra checklist pages or a really detailed goal planning. It's a sort of like a back to basics planner for me, in my opinion. It has a minimalist layout, so you can add as much color coding as you want with highlighters and sticky notes and pens and whatever else you want to do. So let's have a look. So it comes with 2 sheets of stickers, which are nice, functional, simple stickers, can never go wrong with icons and icons that you will actually use. Some nice flag and circle stickers. There's a little pocket folder on the front of this cover that you can flip the sticker sheets into. Also has a removable bookmark. I don't know if you can see that. So I think that will be quite useful because there are no tabs on this planner. Pages are bright white. The paper does feel a little bit thin and I can already see some show through, some ghosting. So if you're going to want to use thick marker pens, this might not be a good planner for you because I think it will definitely come through on the other side of the page. We have a mini little how-to guide here at the front. You can just pause the video if you want to read it, and I will have photos of all the pages in the blog post, which will be linked down below this video if you want to have a closer look and have a read of what they recommend, how they've set up the planner, and particularly for these pages as well, where they give you some instructions on some goals and things to think about. So I like having a goal planning section, and just having some line pages like this isn't really doing it for me. I would much prefer to have some structure, like either questions that you then put your answers to, or where they break down the goals into categories like family, health, finance, all that kind of stuff. So having this just open-ended one notes page is not really enough for me. I prefer more structure, but to each their own. I have a section here where they're talking about your people. So in other words, don't just work, have a bit of a life as well. Again, a bit too brief for me. It's just one page. And then we have this things section. I didn't actually mind this things section because it gives you like boxes where you can individually put whatever you want. So if you are someone that doesn't like the structured pages that I've just been talking about, then maybe this open-ended format would be a better pick for you. We have a yearly list, kind of like a bucket list. Love a good checklist. Some more open-ended lined note pages. I do like this box that they've added up the top where you can put like your category or your title or whatever else you want to put in there. If you want to color code, you could get highlighter and color in that whole box and keep it all organized that way, because there are more of these page layouts at the back of the planner. If you didn't have enough at the front, you need some more at the back. So I purchased the undated version purely because I chop and change between planners so often, but you can get a dated version if you prefer. So I don't know how the dated version is structured, but this undated one that I have here in front, all of the monthly calendars are clustered together, and then all of the weekly spreads are clustered together. So if you are someone who wants to have your weekly directly following your monthly, this could irritate you. Me personally, I much prefer it this way with all the months clustered together. You can always just get some sticky notes. You can even get sticky note tabs these days off Amazon, and you can just add tabs yourselves to the pages to make it a bit easier to navigate where you're up to, or maybe just use a paper clip to mark the weekly spread that you're currently on. So there's always workarounds. I wouldn't say no to purchasing a planner just because you didn't really like the page layout, or page order rather. So the monthly spread starts on a Sunday. You've got boxes where you can put in the dates yourself. Much prefer having undated because then there are no split boxes. So it drives me mental when they'll split a box like that. I'm like, I can't fit anything in that half triangle. Like, why would you do that? So you don't have to worry about that when it's undated. You can do whatever you want. You can restart the numbering up the top here, or if you do want the split boxes, you can draw that in yourself. So you put the month at the top, you've got your people, things, and year list that we just looked at back at the front of the planner in those goal pages, a checklist for the month, and then some blank space down the bottom that you can do whatever you like with it. And then it's just got that same little quote section up the top on all of the monthly spreads. So another reason why you might want an undated planner is if you are really particular about it starting on a Sunday or a Monday. So at the moment this one starts on a Sunday, but you could easily get some white out and then restart it Monday, Tuesday, etc. if you wanted to. These boxes are about 1.5 inches wide by 1.25 inches high, so it's not too bad a space. You do lose a bit of potential height because they have this blank and the checklist section down the bottom. Up to you. If I'm going to use a monthly calendar like this, which I don't often, I'm more a list format, and then I'll have one line for each day, because then I just put like one task against one date, and you could still fit maybe one, maybe two max in these boxes. It's still a fair amount of space to write, but then you would probably have to put some of your overflow in these other sections around the calendar. Then that continues with 12 of these spreads, and then we have the monthly reflections, which are all clustered together after those monthly spreads. And these questions, so review your calendar, intentions, did you complete them, what are you proud of, what do you struggle with, are you satisfied with your relationship with money? So they do focus a bit on money and then people, and then they've got the open-ended section with that things list. And then what are you listening to, watching, reading, looking forward to, feeling challenged or worried by. So I don't really like when the reflections have this kind of stuff. I don't really care about like journaling in my planner. So I get some sticky notes and cover that up and use that for maybe some more monthly reflection. Like maybe if your goal was X amount of money, or if you're a YouTuber, X amount of subscribers, or whatever you want to put there. The line spacing is 7 mil, so it's not too small, not too fat. I think it's just the right size, which most planners have 7 mil line spacing, so nothing's too crammed. And we go to the weekly spread. So this was the main reason that I got this planner, and I absolutely love this weekly layout. So many different sections where you can put things, and you can change what you want to put where each week, because there's no pre-populated headings. Like sometimes planners will have a gratitude section. I'm like, I don't really need that on like every weekly spread. Or they might have, you know, like a bill due section, or maybe if you want to do that on your monthly, you don't want that on your weekly. So having this blank layout, you can really customize it however you like, however works for you. So the weekly spread starts on a Monday, which is not consistent with that monthly spread that starts on a Sunday. So if I was going to use this planner, I would do what I mentioned with the whiteout of the days on the monthly so that it coordinated with the weekly. I like how it has separate boxes for each day. So again, you could color code, you could, go yellow, pink, whatever, if you want to color code your week by day. And there's checklist, and also blank for each day. So if you want to do like meal planning, or maybe for me, I'd put blog post, you can customize it to however you want. There's so many different ways that you could when they leave it like structured with a bit of pre-filled stuff, but then open-ended, so you can modify it however you like. You can put the date in this box here. Maybe you can put some icon stickers, like a little cake if it's someone's birthday. And then the right side of the spread, we have a jumbo weekly checklist, some graph if you want to do habit tracking. I'm thinking about using this for my Pomodoro, like if you know how you do your 25 minutes of focus, 5-minute break, and then I put a little mark in the box. Some blank, maybe you want to do some project planning there, and then another blank box down the bottom. Maybe you want to do a weekly reflection, weekly goals, reminders, appointments, whatever you want to do. So this layout, I think it can be really customized to whatever works for you. I could see this working well for a student, someone that works at home, someone that's managing their own calendar. Maybe they use this page, and then their family might be on this page. So I think it could be customized quite easily to suit many people. Because of the binding, it lays completely flat on its own, and you can also turn the pages back on themselves if you just want to see like one page while you write. Like if you're left-handed and don't want the coil there in the way, you can fold the pages back. After all of these weekly spreads, we have some more line notes pages, just like those ones that we saw at the front. And there's quite a few of these line notes pages. I think there was about 20 when I counted them just before. So decent amount. At the back there is no pocket folder, it's just that one at the front for the stickers, and it is quite a thin pocket folder. So if you want a planner where you can stuff your mail in your planner on your way out the door, you won't be able to do that with this one, but then that might also be a good thing because you're not stuffing random papers in your planner. You're forced to like address them and put them away. So no pocket folder at the back, just at the front. Love all these line pages. You can do whatever you want with that subject title box. And then that is it for this planner. So overall thoughts, I think this one would be very well suited to a student. I like the weekly spread for myself as someone who's managing like blog and then personal life and then other projects and things, because there's lots of different sections you can use however you want. I'm not sure about it being enough maybe for a teacher. This might not be suitable because there's not a lot of space on the daily. So that might be the only person it would probably not work well for. So I hope you found this review helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a new planner review every week.